Today we take on organized religion while maintaining a belief in a creator deity. Everybody has questions, and some have left their ideas for us to ponder.
So, like a curious traveler on a quest, we embark upon a journey of information. Stay with us for a ride into knowledge.
Einstein said, when asked if he was religious, he said, if religion consists of awe toward mysteries, which manifest themselves in the highest wisdom and the most radiant beauty, and which our dull faculties can comprehend only in the most primitive forms, then he, Einstein, was a religious person. Now, Mark Twain was highly skeptical of the Bible's contents, and although he professed belief in God, he frequently questioned God's motives. He said man is a religious animal. He is the only animal that has the true religion, several of them. He is the only animal that loves his neighbor as himself and cuts his throat if his theology is straight. John Adams said this would be the best of all possible worlds if there were no religion in it. Abraham Lincoln said, the Bible is not my book, nor Christianity my profession. I could never give assent to the long, complicated statements of Christian dogma. The Eskimo said, if I did not know about God and sin, would I go to hell? The priest answered, no, not if you didn't know. And the Eskimo replies, then why did you tell me? Galileo said, I do not feel obligated to believe that the same God who has endowed us with sense, reason, and an intellect has intended us to forego their use. Religion is excellent stuff for keeping common people quiet. Now that was Napoleon Bonaparte. And last but not least, hence today I believe I am acting in accordance with the will of the Almighty Creator. You want to take a guess? That was Adolf Hitler. Now, in a world that equals belief in God with religious belief, the idea of believing in a God without being religious may seem odd for some. However, you've got to realize that religion and spirituality are two different things. Believing in God outside the realm of organized religion allows us the freedom to explore our spirituality beyond the confines of specific doctrines and rituals. Now here's Will.
Well, let me start with this. It says believing in God, but not the Bible. Well, you know why? Because God never lied to me, but the people who wrote the Bible. That's another story. Now, humanists reject the claim that the Bible is the Word of God. They are convinced the book was written solely by humans in an ignorant, superstitious, and cruel age. They believe that because the writers of the Bible lived in an unenlightened era, the book contains many errors. Now, humanists believe that people can live good and fulfilling lives without following a traditional religion or holy book. They value reasons and rely on science to explain the world. Humanists believe that people can give their lives meaning by seeking happiness in this life and helping others to do the same. They believe that the foundations for ethics in society are autonomy and moral equality. And I thought it was just about being a nice guy. Now, humanists reject the idea of a supernatural being such as a God. While I agree that believing in an ancient religious narrative is irrational, by irrational, I mean it takes faith to believe a certain narrative about God based on ancient accounts told in stories, borrowed myths, and assumed allegories. It may all turn out to be true, but it still takes strong faith not to question it. Many lose their faith in God, such as the humanist, because of the book itself. Makes sense to me. I think we can believe in a God even if we don't put much stock into the Bible. Yeah, go figure. because the Bible was written by men. Belief in an unknown higher power seems to me to be the only true rational option we have when you consider the universe and its vastness. While I don't believe in an organized religion, I do believe in God. Well, yeah, this is all between us and Him, isn't it? Not anyone else, not anybody else's rules, not anybody else's laws. Just between you and God. So while I don't think the Bible can be used in any concrete way to actually prove God exists or explain how the world was literally created, I do think that the universe we abide in is hard physical evidence, something real and tangible that we just cannot ignore. To believe the universe is a matter of random chance, meaning that there is no intelligent design behind it, well, seems to me to be a far greater leap of faith. People can indeed believe in God without religion. When you stop to realize more blood has been spilt over religion than any other issue, it makes you wonder what's really going on. With Christianity in particular, it was formalized using savagery and murder to force people to accept a singular set of beliefs and practices. That was followed up later by the church's history, with the Christians attempting genocide during the Crusades. I don't think that either of these was in concert with what Christ had in mind, and certainly not the message God hoped would be delivered. Religion has been a principal vehicle to manipulate and control people, using guilt and fear. This is contrary to the message God has tried to send to people through numerous examples all over the world, like Christ, Krishna, Buddha, and so on. That love is the most important essence for us to embody. Look out, spiritual nature. The calling of our soul keeps poking us with questions. At our most basic level, we are spiritual. That is our true nature. And on that level, we can experience God. We do not have to have intermediaries who dictate what path we take. There are infinite paths, and your path is unique to you and your unique relationship with God. He gives you free will to discover your true spiritual nature, connect through the pervading energies of unconditional love, and carry the message of this experience as a light to the world.
A personal journey lets us seek a direct connection with God, where we can experience His love in ways that are meaningful to our lives. Embracing a belief in God without the confines of organized religion opens doors to personal freedom and self-discovery. It allows us to navigate our own spiritual path without rigid structure or expectations. Instead of relying solely on the prescribed interpretations of a specific religion tradition, we can have freedom on our own terms. Just more food for thought.
Thanks for watching this and all our videos. Please like, share, and subscribe. And until we meet again, stay curious, fellow travelers, and have a great day.